WoW 12.0.5 PTR, our first look at Decor duels. That's right, the new mini game where you can hide as a prop somewhere in Silvermoon and you get hunted down. This thing kind of looks like a fun little thing to do. It's not going to be any kind of armor progression related or item level progression related. Player power won't be attached to this thing, but it will be a cool way maybe to pick up some transmog and decor and stuff. So let's take a first look here at this new prop hunt event coming in 12.0.5.
Hello guys, how's it going? My name is Dal. Ever since housing got added in Midnight, Blizzard did say they wanted to do something else with the system, and it looks like this is one of the mini projects where WoW is officially getting its own prop hunt minigame as part of the 12.05 update called Decor Duels. A new PvP style game mode which either lets you hide as random objects or hunt down your friends using a variety of different specialized class kits. It's a simple yet surprisingly competitive game mode with a variety of rewards that are actually kind of worth the grind. I spent some time over on the PTR recently and I want to do a video preview of this game mode, going over everything you need to know, like the seekers as well as the hider roles and what the gameplay is.
So it looks like you run around max speeding and just try to blast these guys out of hiding.
Like, as well as go over the different rewards that you can earn from this mini game mode before it officially comes out to patch 12.05 whenever that gets released to the live realms, which for now does not have an official release date. With that being said, as always, if you guys do want to see more regular guides and previews of future updates for Midnight's expansion, be sure to follow the channel and subscribe. But otherwise, let's dive right in. So the game itself is a hide and seek minigame of 10 players, 5 on each team. At first, one team is picked to hide while the others are seeking. Obviously, the hiders, which is the fun role.
So are you a random item or do you get to pick your item? I guess he's going to say it, but I don't know. This one right here, I think he's clicking it and becoming different items.
In this mode, you get to run around and turn into various different objects and have a number of different abilities to help you hide better while out in this kind of like...
So every time you click it, you become some kind of random item, random Silvermoon themed item.
Silvermoon City portion that's closed off. The first ability on number 1 will just give you a random object for you to turn into, and it can be any object that you can find around the main Silvermoon Plaza. And you can actually see a lot of these objects kind of strewn all over the main plaza area. A lot of them are placed in various random locations, and all these objects and their locations are randomizes in every single route, which makes it a little bit easier for you to find a hiding spot because you don't just have like 3 lanterns but the blacksmith every time. So if you're a 4th lantern, then players know that's you. The items themselves randomize every single time, so it is kind of easier for a player to actually hide amongst a lot of these various different decor items. Another ability is to actually trade places with another piece of decor, so you actually will switch to a nearby decor, changing your appearance but also changing where you are.
So technically then you can pick what you're going to be. As long as you're next to the item you want to be, you can switch to it.
But this can potentially be used to juke out other hiders if, let's say, you're in a good spot and they're turned away and you trade positions very quickly before they see you do so. So that could be a lot of fun. There's also a number of different traps that you can place all over the place. There's slows, there's these void portals that can give you movement speed, there are these birds that do this whistling thing in order to confuse where enemies are, and then there's a variety of other abilities like being able to stun nearby seekers, like if, let's say, you're just going to be found.
Wait a minute, what is he in this? Is he the spear? What the hell? I couldn't even see him, even though I know he's here in the screen. He's the freaking spear. Or is he the pot? No, he's the pot. Damn, I thought he was the spear. He's this little fucking pot right here.
You just want to stun him and try to see if you can make a breakaway. You could also do that.
I thought you could actually lean up against shit like that. I was like, oh my god, this thing's actually going to be hard.
You can also place fake decor all over the place. So if, let's say, a player does find the fake decor and hits it, that will stun him too. This could give you an opportunity to reposition or run away. So that could be nice to trap up some things against other players. And essentially, as a hider, you have a couple of options. You can either run around and try to avoid seekers or find a spot and then plant yourself and just sit there and hopefully you blend in with the environment. You will use this whistle ability from time to time, which will actually let out an audible whistle, and if there is a seeker nearby, they should be able to hear the direction that the whistle came from, so that just gives them at least an idea of where you may be. Also, as a hider, if you're sitting...
Why would you whistle and give them a hint? That doesn't make any sense. Why the hell would you want to help them out? Maybe you get some kind of bonus for that or something? And by the way, I'm just thinking about it right now. This would be a horrible game for me to play on stream. I'd be fucking giving away my position. If anybody who's watching the stream actually goes in there, They would fucking know where I was right away. The good thing is nobody watches this stream, so that won't be a problem.
In one spot for a little too long, you will have a variety of these little bugs flying around your decorative item, and then eventually your location
I've never
will
done a
be
prop
revealed
hunt,
to other players if you're standing still for too long. So changing positions and adjusting where you are pretty regularly is not only good to make it harder for the seekers to find you, but it also seems like an anti-camping mechanic. So if you found some insane spot and you could just, you know, never be seen, eventually the game is going to point you out to other players. So at some point they will know exactly where you are. Now, as a seeker, you actually have a number of abilities to help you find decorative players. So first of all, you have 3 different loadouts that you get to pick from. You can either go with the loadout of the Arcane Ranger, which gives you a sentinel dog, which you can place on the ground, and if a piece of decor ever gets near it, it will make an alert pointing out where that person is. So that's something you can place in a choke point if, let's say, you're looking for decor. You also have a stealth ability, so decorative players cannot see you, so they can stun you. So it's easier for you to get the jump on those players, but their ability to find decor is a little bit more limited. There's also the Nullify, which has a range-seeking ability as well as a short-term teleport, so they can jump on top of a decorative player and tag him very quickly, and they can also look for them from a distance, so it's harder to stun those players specifically, but it does take them a little bit of a while because they don't have the best mobility.
Yeah, I'll be honest, the way these abilities work for these seekers, I thought like a really good idea would be to sit on a table next to another item and prop yourself there, but it doesn't look like it because literally these guys are just going to run around and blast their dicks off on all these tables. It's like going to be one of the worst places to be because it's like a frontal AoE. So they don't even have to know which item you are. They can just blast the entire table and find you. Kind of changes the strategy I was planning on going with.
Range-seeking ability as from a distance, so it's harder to stun those players specifically, but it does take them a little bit of a while because they don't have the best mobility. And then there's a Spellbreaker, which in my opinion is the best loadout because they have this frontal finder ability, which doesn't mean you have to get on melee, but it's pretty wide, so you can really do a lot of that sweeping for decorative players. But also there's a leap ability, which lets you get around different places, and if you leap on top of a decorative player, it reveals the location as well.
Like this spot's probably better.
Tag him very quickly, but it also helps you get into high ground, so it's much easier for you to see where those decorative players are. And if they're going for jump puzzles to hide way up above somewhere, it's much easier for you to leap up to them and get a surprise on them in general. And that's essentially the game itself. As hiders, you're trying to find a good spot to hide, either running around, shifting locations, changing and trading places with other decor, or placing traps and using stuns to survive for as long as possible. And your idea as a hider is just not to get tagged as best as you can. As a hider, the gameplay ended up being, you find a really good spot that's impossible to see, you're a small enough item that kind of blends with the ground, you just sit there the entire time and pretty much win the game, unless another player knows how to reach you. And if you're really good at the whole jump puzzle stuff, then you should be able to get to higher up locations where other players generally will have a harder time finding you unless they have the right loadout. And as a seeker, you're simply just trying to prevent all the hiders from being able to hide in all their spots, finding them before the time runs out, and you earn more points that you can spend on various different rewards as you play more of these games and as you do well in these games as well. So as you complete a variety of various different challenges within Decor Duels, you have a couple of different vendors. One of them is the disguised Decor Duel vendor, but also a Game Master Florian, which is the illusionary coin trader. Illusionary coins is the currency that you earn as you play more matches.
So there is transmog.
Ideally, as you win more matches, as you stay hidden for longer within the duels. But honestly, you could just grind it out. Even if you're not great at this mini game, once it's available, just playing enough games, you'll eventually be able to get enough of these coins, which are warbound transferable. So you can do it on any character and then pull them together on one character.
Mythic Crest, you won't do it? Yeah, imagine they gave Mythic Crest for this. So, I mean, yeah, that's some. I wonder if he's going to show the transmog, because there seems to be a lot, actually, 2 pages of it.
And there's a variety of different rewards here. One of the coolest ones is the Magister's Spell Bee Comb, which gives you a blue bee mount. It's just a unique bee, very similar to some of the ones we had from the expansion War Within specifically, but just like a very unique recolor version, which is a flying mount on top of it, so it could be used in a variety of content. This vendor also comes with a variety of different weapon transmogs in particular. Like there's this Arcane Ranger spellbow, which looks amazing, especially if you're trying to create a kind of like a high elven type of a Blood Elf Hunter set. I think that would look fantastic, or rather Ranger more than anything. There's also a ludicrous amount of this Spellbreaker's Blade Staff variations of these weapons, like literally a ludicrous amount of them.
This is like the
staff
Silvermoon
version,
guards.
There's the Warglaive version, there's the polearm version, there's also the sword version, so if you just want to have that look while on a rogue or on a monk, you can as well. There's a sword version as well as another sword version, one two-handed, one one-handed. There's also a Null Beacon Rift Channel, which is essentially it's essentially a lamppost polearm, but there's also a mace version, so you can run either one of those two. There's also the Spellbreaker's shield wall, which is awesome because this is the shield that a lot of the guards around Silvermoon carry. So if you really wanted to go for that full,
literally be the freaking Silvermoon guard. You pick up that freaking pole arm and the shield, and bam, that's it. You look just like
full Silvermoon guard, paladin, warrior look. You can finally get it. It's really, really good. I do think they probably should update the textures on it a little, but I think they want to just give you exact shield that the guards wear.
It's got to be a bit longer,
it is literally one-for-one recreation. There's also two more toys, the animated bench, so someone's a bench for you to sit on, which seems very similar to some of the other setting toys that we had previously, as well as a enchanted hourglass. I'm not really sure exactly what this one does,
that? Looks like a
but I'm not
Mythic
about
Plus
to grind out even more games to spend 200 illusionary coins on this activity since we have it for such a short window. The other rewards are going to be from the Duel vendor, disguised Decor Duel vendor, and it's going to be decorations. Variety of different decor that's very similar to some of the items you'll find during the event itself. We got a cook pot lid, as well as a cook pot to be put together. There's a garden swing, which looks fantastic. I mean, if you really just wanted to add some Silvermoon decor for the outdoors, it's great. There's the cook pot covered completely. There's also a Tiffin style lamp. So again, more Cinderella style items. A display case, which I think would be awesome, especially if you have like a book or a gem or something to put inside of it.
You could, for sure, because you can clip shit in housing. This is actually kind of cool.
This could be great for a bunch of homes. It would be great.
I'm
not 100% sure if you can decorate like the marble part of it, but if you can color it, code it, I think it would look fantastic in a variety of homes. A small lumber pile to maybe put outside or next to a fireplace, but also an empty wooden toolbox. There's a good chance they'll add additional items. This is what's available in PTR right now, but it seems like that they've actually made some changes with some of the vendors. Initially, over one of the vendor, the Game Master Florian.
Wait a minute, how many is it? 10 players. Oh shit, it's a 10-player thing. Why do you need a healer and a tank? For that doesn't make any sense. He just clicked on the Decor Duel. I saw it. It popped up. That's what he accepted. Why the fuck would you need a healer and a tank for this thing? Okay.
And there was originally a opportunity for you to buy a bunch of abilities that you can use within the game mode. I'm not really sure if that's going to be the case once the 1205
that's what, maybe it's just because it's PTR.
Decor Duels mode releases. But initially, you had to spend about 20 illusionary coins to buy specific abilities that you would use either as somebody who's hiding as Decor or somebody that's searching for Decor. So initially, those were on the vendor. I'm not 100% if those are going to be there, but those abilities definitely make Decor hunting much easier, whether you are hiding or whether you are seeking. So that is something that you may actually end up spending some of the currency on from the vendor. But in terms of the rewards, there's plenty, and there might be some additional ones to be added later in the future based on community feedback. But with that, that's going to be everything we got so far for the preview for the Decor Duels mode coming out in patch 12.05, releasing at some point in the near future. With that being said, as always, I do want to thank all of you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys did enjoy this update. If you did enjoy it or found it informative, go ahead and give this video a like. So much very much appreciated. Be sure to join our Discord community. Link to that found in the description of every single one of our videos. If you want to keep up with all midnight updates, be sure to let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And as always, I'll see all of you guys in the next one.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it, Coney. Say, yeah, not for everybody, but some people looking forward to it. Yeah, well, I mean, it's a cool little extra, you know. It doesn't seem like this took a lot of time from the devs to be able to actually make this mini game. It just seems like something extra they decided to give the player base. So yeah, that's cool. I'm down for all these different mini games. The real mini game that I'm interested in is that freaking haunted one that's supposed to be like an outside of the game kind of like Plunderstorm was. So we'll see what that ends up being, but this is a cool little thing for now. Nice video overall from Dalaran Gaming.